Hello everyone. Today's video we are discussing about our unit number 5, speech writing, and in speech writing we are discussing 5.3, introduction to guest. Before that, we discussed the importance of speech, course outcomes also we discussed, as well as examination point of view. We also discuss examination point of view means this unit will be asked for final examination for 8 marks in question number 5a. Okay, we discuss the characteristic of good speeches, importance of good speeches, speech writing, yeah, elocution. It is an art, and as a student community it is our duty to follow it, to be a student of it, and to be try our level best to be a elocutor, public speaker. Okay, we discuss the welcome speech, we discuss farewell speech. Now we discuss introduction to the guest. Course outcomes, the same course outcomes, students are able to deliver speeches to express ideas, thoughts, and emotions. Student community developed the ability to deliver a speech, the art to deliver speech, and through that speeches, he or she can express his ideas, past experiences, emotions, feelings, thoughts, etc. Writing skills, students are able to formulate a speech for introducing to a guest in a given situation. He should develop ability how to introduce our chief guest, our guest in front of the audience for a particular occasion, for a particular situation. Speaking skills, students are able to introduce oneself with correct pronunciation, intonation, using verbal and non-verbal gestures. It also, speaking means students should develop the stage daring, the art of stage, how to express our ideas in front of audience from the stage with correct pronunciation, intonation, using verbal and non-verbal gestures. These are the course outcomes. Examination outcomes also, that the same topic will ask in final paper in question number 5a for 8 marks. There are three questions, there are four type of speeches. One, that is a last line we discuss, the welcome speech, farewell speech, introduction to a guest, and vote of thanks. Out of these four, three will be asked in final paper. Out of three, you will write only two. One speech for 4 marks. This is a course outcomes also. Next, speech for introducing a guest. Okay, last studio we discussed the two speeches. One that is called welcome speech, second that is a vote of thanks speech. Here we discuss introducing a guest. Important points, yeah, importance. There are many professional and academic circumstances that call for a guest speaker in our life, in our professional life as well as academic life. There are a lot of situations, there are a lot of occasions. In that situation, in that occasion, we call a guest speaker, we call a eminent personalities to speak with us, to share their views with us. There are a lot of situation. At that situation, at that circumstances, it is our duty to introduce that eminent persons from which he was, his experience, his award, his reward, his contribution in the society. That is called introducing a guest. Introducing guest speaker to inform the audience purpose of the topic. It is our duty to introduce the guest speaker, his name, his educational qualification, his working profile, his award, reward, achievements, name, fame, his contribution. Okay, as well as Encourage the audience to follow our eminent personalities. Encourage, motivate the audience how he achieve a successful success in his or her life. The same example we should give in front of the audience. This is a purpose of the introducing guest. Okay, purpose of the occasions. Ideas about introductory speech. Which type of ideas, yeah, points we can add in that introductory speech? One, that is guest speakers or chief guest name and title. We should mention his name along with educational credential, along with educational degrees, along with educational and professional achievements. Guest biography. In short, we should express, we should summarize the biography of that eminent person. And third, add a surprise to delight the audience. Okay, and show the surpriseness. Okay, for joy, for delight, need for pleasure of the audience. These are the aspects we can add into the introductory speeches. Next, examples of introduction of a guest या speaker. How to give, how to write, how to deliver a speech of introduction of a guest. किस प्रकार दे सकते हैं हम? तो there is one examples. Which points we can add? Biography, his work, and his introduction in front of the audience, as well as purpose of the topics. Write the questions like this. Draft a speech to introduce the chief guest for the first year induction program organized by the institute. Induction means opening ceremony of first year organized by your institute, and in that opening ceremony there is one guest who come to attend this ceremony. It is our duty to introduce the eminent person in front of the audience, in front of the first year students, and motivate them to follow the path of our guest. Answer: a very good morning to one and all. It is a address. A very good morning to one and all. It gives me immense pleasure to introduce today's chief guest or speaker, Dr. Rajat Mishra. Announcement. It gives me immense pleasure to introduce today's chief guest or speaker, Dr. Rajat Mishra. Who is Rajat Mishra? Follow the next line. Today we are gathered here for the first year induction program. Purpose of the gathering. Why should we come here? To celebrate first year induction program. We are fortunate that we have among us such an eminent professor to guide us. Okay, and he said, we are so fortunate that we get a eminent professor to guide us in this induction program of first year. Dr. Rajat Mishra is a distinguished professor of IIT Kanpur. He is a distinguished means well-known professor of IIT, Indian Institute of Technology Kanpur. He did his BTech from IIT Kanpur in 1985 and his PhD from Indian Institute of Science Bangalore in 1989. The person added that he completed his BTech from IIT Kanpur in 1985 and he received his PhD doctorate in philosophy from Indian Institute of Science Bangalore in 1989. Since then, he has been a faculty at IIT Kanpur, and from that time he is working as a faculty department professor in IIT Kanpur. He is the well-known resource person of computer architecture in the country, and he is a well-known resource person who architect the computer in our nation. Now he has also been working for SIDAC as a resource person. Presently, he was working as a SIDAC. SIDAC, it is a well-known company in our nations as a resource person, as a counselor, as a advice provider. Very soon he will be leaving SIDAC to become Vice Chancellor of IIT Kanpur, and in a few months he will leave, he will resign his work as a resource person from SIDAC and is shifted as a Vice Chancellor of IIT Kanpur. He has played a key role in defining standard of the operating system for smart cards for the government of India, and he is working in the field of operating system which is used in smart card. Okay, his main contribution, he play a key role to use a new operating system which is used for smart cards. This system is useful in applications such as driving license, and the same system which is generated, which is research, which is developed by Mr. Rajat Sharma, used by government of India for driving license, vehicle registration system, Indian national ID, electronic password and several other ID related applications. It is great achievements. He is working for a system which is used for smart cards like driving license, vehicle registration system, national, Indian national ID, electronic password, several other IDs related to government offices. He has also been instrumental in defining the strategy for smart card certification mechanism for the government of India, and he has working with the same things to increase the efficiency of smart card mechanism for government of India. He is really a versatile person. He is a very all-rounder, having all skills ability in our field. Versatile person. Sir, I request you to take over the proceeding, and apart from, on behalf of you and on behalf of our institute, I am requesting Mr. Rajat Sharma to come and join us to share his experience. Okay, to take over the proceeding. Thanking you. Thank you. इस प्रकार आप in this way you can deliver a introduction of a guest speech. There are a lot of examples we will discuss later on. Okay, it is enough for you. I conclude here. Okay, introduction of a case. Thank you.